Battle lines were drawn when Keir Starmer's government chose to fight the British people over migrant hotels live on GB News. After the court ruled that the illegal migrant hotel in Epping had to close, the government faced 4 options, but shockingly chose to go to war with their own citizens. With Home Secretary Yvette Cooper reportedly interrailing around Europe whilst 27 protests erupted across Britain, Panellists systematically demolished Labour's hypocrisy over Rwanda-style schemes they'd previously scrapped. The gloves came off as speakers exposed how Labour MPs now desperately call for the very deportation policies they cancelled on day one. Watch the clip. Before this, I want to say a big thank you to all our supporters who helped us reach our very first 1,000 subscribers. That achievement truly means a lot and inspires us to keep giving you our best. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now. Most people who watch our videos aren't actually subscribed. We know life gets busy, but subscribing is completely free and it really helps us grow. Our next goal is 3,000 subscribers, and with your support, we can get there even faster. You can also support the channel by checking out the links in the description, where you'll find some valuable books. They cost you no extra, but each purchase gives us a small commission that helps us improve our content. Thank you so much for being part of this journey.
The government is versus the people. The court ruled that the illegal migrant hotel in Epping had to close. This meant that councils up and down the country are now taking the government to court to get their migrant hotels closed. And the government, as far as I can understand it, basically had 4 options. Option number 1, mass deportations. Option number 2, admit that they were wrong about Rwanda, which, by the way, several Labour MPs have now done, and they are calling comically for a Rwanda-style scheme. Anyway, option number 3, move them into HMOs, houses of multiple occupancy. Option number 4, fight the public. And they chose option number 4. It's just ludicrous, isn't it? It's ridiculous. They chose to fight the public. Bad move. But gosh, you know, this is the kind of thing where you'd want to see your Home Secretary come out, front up to it, maybe put a plinth outside Downing Street, sell it to us. Come on, Yvette, sell it to us. Where is she? Yes, she's reportedly gone interrailing around Europe with her husband, Ed Balls. So, I'm sorry, but at this particular moment in time, she's essentially fled the country whilst we've got all of this going on. I think that's pretty pathetic. By the way, some Labour MPs, as I was saying, are now calling for that Rwanda-style scheme. And Security Minister Dan Jarvis, who? Yeah, me neither. Dan Jarvis said,
"We've made a commitment that we will close all of the asylum hotels by the end of this Parliament, but we need to do that in a managed and ordered way."
We know what that means, OK? So we need to close all the asylum hotels by the end of this Parliament, but we need to do it in a managed and controlled way. We know what it means. Close the hotels, approve a load of asylum seekers, like the overwhelming majority of them, and then move them into houses around the country. There are set to be around 27 protests around migrant hotels this weekend. The British government is supposed to protect and represent the British public, is it not? But today, by fighting to keep migrant hotels open, I think they decided to go to war with the people. And just in the last hour... Anyway, that's the latest on it. Let's go to my panel. Let's get the views of my audience. There's a gentleman on the front row here. I think you wanted to make a point, did you, about this, the government essentially picking a fight with the people over the migrant hotel issue, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I just don't see how the government can really go against the public word. As, you know, they're meant, like you said, they're meant to be protecting us, they're meant to be, you know, defending our country, but it seems that mass migration and everything that they just seem to smashing the gangs and stuff, like they just go back on it and they seem to be defending them instead. So I just wanted to really ask, like, what is it that you can see Labour's going to do about it? Like, do you know if there's anything that's going to happen in the future and how reform is going to recover this?
Well, I mean, I think Labour is, like we said, maybe just going to try to use the HMOs, which I think people might think is worse than hotels. But and I mean, reform have just set out their plan. But can I ask you? I mean, you obviously feel very, very strongly about this. Do you just feel quite let down by the government when it comes to the migrant hotel?
Yeah, I feel very let down. I mean, as a young Christian male, you know, I stand on my values of, you know, I believe in Jesus, and with the migration, bringing Islam and bringing some extreme views into this country, I feel very unsafe. So as a young man, you know, and for the British public, it's very, you know, disturbing seeing like all these guns being found in camps.
Being found in camps. I mean, that's a good point about the guns. I mean,
so
it's a ridiculous thing, and we know that there's been people who've brought over, you know, people who've been sympathetic towards ISIS, which I think is what you were getting at there as well. So yeah, I think, Christo, I think the optics of basically now we've had the big verdict at Epping. 27 or so other areas are trying to follow suit on that, so they got the ball rolling. For the government to now step in and try to block that, I just think it's a really dumb move.
Well, it's ego, isn't it? It's Keir Starmer. He can't bear it, can he? He cannot bear that man's ego. Is honestly, it's the size of the Bell Hotel. It's the size of any asylum hotel, because he can't bear the thought that people might be trying to, and the council might be challenging his authority, and that is, you know, over and above anything else, what he cares about. And I'm so annoyed for you. I'm so annoyed for all of us, because we have a housing problem in this country. It is a massive housing problem. Today, as things stand, we're 5 million houses short. And so you're absolutely right when you say what's going to end up happening is that they will end up taking people out of hotels and they will be put into flats, or they will be put into HMOs in the community, which means that your rent or your house price, when you want to move, will be higher. Or the perverse situation will be that Labour, one of the few good things they're doing, I think, is actually trying to build more houses, and they're going to end up putting the people that they're having to rehouse from hotels in the houses that they're building
for free. And they'll outbid you for them. This is the other thing that's going to come down the track. They're going to end up outbidding people for these houses.
The thing that will work is to stop them coming rather than trying to manage it when they do.
OK. By the way, if anyone else wants to get involved in this conversation, I know it's a hot topic for a lot of people. Just wave your hands, get involved. Someone who's not been on yet would be fantastic. Jane, we'll just work our way down.
The numbers of people using the NHS,
we
maybe?
We did see a Labour MP finally this week say we have to leave the ECHR.
Well, and the other joke of this, by the way, is that Labour MPs are now, apparently, this was reported in the Daily Mail earlier, saying we need a Rwanda scheme. Yeah. After they scrapped it. They scrapped it on day one. He stood there proud as punch, didn't he? And scrapped it.
With no other deterrent. And we'd made it illegal to enter Britain on a small boat, and Labour cancelled it. So it's not illegal anymore.
What do you make of some of that Labour hypocrisy, Jonathan? Oh.
That's what needs to be said. It's the same old nonsense that we've had to endure with this Labour Party, as they came in thinking that they would be able to solve it because they're good guys and that the lawyers wouldn't get in the way and they'd be able to get loads of deals, and the deal with France would basically mean we'd be able to return everyone. And lo and behold, Keir Starmer continuously have his trousers pulled around his ankles in every deal that he manages to do, and then giving away billions of pounds of taxpayers' money at the same time. It's just absolutely extraordinarily boring to now see Labour MPs calling for something which they had the power to do. But hey, I'm supposed that they'll find another way. I look forward to now seeing the arguments about Rwanda as a safe country.
Do you know, I'm still more horrified by the thought of interrailing with Ed Balls than Keir Starmer's trousers around his ankles. I just want to say that. It still horrifies me more.
Can you imagine getting on a train and sitting down and it's Yvette Cooper and Ed Balls next to you? Just got to get out of here. Get out of here. But anyway,
conversation.
All right. Well, just to emphasise again, there was some breaking news in the last hour. I imagine it will probably be on the front of one of tomorrow's newspapers. But Reform have announced what they say is their plan to solve the illegal migrant crisis: arrest and detain everyone who arrives illegally, return people straight away to places like Afghanistan, Eritrea, use British overseas territories and make it a criminal offence.